So today I'd like to invite you to come and decorate a colonial bedroom with me. As you can remember in a previous video, I told you that we bought my sister's house, and the house you are currently looking at is the house that my sister has bought. This is a loft room that my sister decided was going to be a study, but after moving in and spending some time in the house, she actually changed her mind and decided that this was going to become her own suite. So the very first renovation that was done here was a conversion into a bedroom and a bathroom for the space that you're looking at. It was very exciting because in the previous house she actually asked me to do her room's decor into a colonial design, and for some reason it just never happened. But once she moved in here, she told me, listen, you are doing my room for me. And I got to live my dream. Thank you, Sindi. It was all very exciting. She's got a décor style which is called Colonial, to be exact, British Colonial. But since we live in South Africa, we have given it a South African twist. As you can see, the cupboard that is being sanded by Mabi is a clawfoot cupboard. This was very popular back in the day in South Africa, and it falls very nicely into a colonial style that she likes. We went very different to the everyday buying things in a shop and putting it in a room, making it look like a shop's floor. We don't have matchy furniture. Even though you'll see that the bedroom suite that we bought is a bed with matching bedside cupboards and a bench, but we tried as much as possible to get her style into the room. A lot of the stuff that we got, we actually sourced from Facebook Marketplace. She also did go to a shop because we're in Pretoria, the closest shops franchise where we bought a bedroom suite is in Menlyn, and also there's a shop in the Grove where you can get this particular bedroom suite. If there's anyone that's interested in buying anything you see, you're welcome to just pop me a message and I'll tell you where we got it. This particular cupboard that you're seeing right now, we actually got on Facebook Marketplace. We drove all the way to the east of Johannesburg to go and collect it. It was a granny's that handed it down to her children, and they had no space or need for it in their house and decided to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. It was very exciting sourcing things from various places. This is just one of many items that we drove all the way to the seller to go and collect. When she saw the cupboard, she already knew that she wants to give the cupboard a makeover by painting it white and then leaving the top just raw wood, which we did give a coat of varnish. So yeah, but the color was so dark that she wanted to brighten and lighten up this particular cupboard a bit. So let's talk design styles before we continue. As humans, we are all different and we all have things we like and things we don't like. So the best way that I can explain to you what design styles are is certain people liking older stuff would sometimes be people that likes colonial, bordering on mid-century style. But then you also find some people that likes farmhouse style. And sometimes with the farmhouse style, it's more of a mixture of cottagecore. Then you might find people that likes very modern things where they don't like to have old-fashioned stuff in their houses. Everything must be modern. You find some people live near the beach, or sometimes not near the beach, but they like coastal style. And coastal style would then include things that you would find at, let's say you go on holiday and you book into a place near the beach. Their style would then include a lot of things that pertains to the beach and being near the coast. So if you have a look at all these designs, most of us likes one or two or maybe even three of them, and that would then be your design style. Now, if you look at the brief I got, it must be colonial. Colonial style has its own distinct things that you would have to put in, such as one of the things that goes with colonial style is having shutters on your windows. You could also have a lot of greenery and plants, part of your colonial style. Lots of light, breathable fabrics, lots of ceramics when it comes to vases and so on. And one of the things we particularly looking for is ginger jars. Um, Another thing that also goes with colonial would also be things like lots of rich natural woods. And lastly, the artifacts you'd be looking at would be antiques, and for that reason, we also visited a lot of thrift shops, and also people that advertises their small businesses on Facebook Marketplace that is selling things like this, which is not necessarily always second-hand. Some of them is brand new, as in the case of one of the places where we did collect some things. So now that our cupboard has been sanded, it is time to do the painting. And right now, preparation is being done for this cupboard to be painted. As you can see, tape is being put on the places that needs to stay in the natural wood color, and the drawers has already been painted. The paint we used is a chalk paint, very easy to use. You don't even have to put a layer underneath. You can just immediately start painting over the wood. Then the furniture also has arrived. However, the bedrooms are done yet, so we're keeping them in the plastic for now. And we've got our inspection crew here in the bathroom inspecting to see how the guys are doing their work. But the view outside is so breathtaking that they're more inspecting the outside than the inside. But this is what our bathroom looks like so far. Isn't that amazing? Considering just a few days ago, the place where they are standing right now was just some dingy carpet that was on the floor and old wooden pieces. But yeah, look how beautiful it looks now, thanks to our contractor who is putting in everything. At this point, I also want to show you how curtain rails has been put in, and what we found at Leroy Merlin was very nice. As you can see, the windows are not all the same size. They're not all on the same wall. They are on 3 walls, and this was quite a challenge to have to put curtains on. So what we done was, the rails that we found can actually run like round corners. It's rails that you put in, and you can actually get the curtain to almost make like a circle around the walls, even though there's corners. So we're quite impressed here. We put in the curtains, which we bought at Leroy Merlin. This was one of our many trips to Leroy Merlin. I think on this particular day we were looking for shelving to put up in the bathroom, and we found what we were looking for. Yeah, but quite a few things we got from Leroy Merlin. The curtains we got from Leroy Merlin. The rails, like I said, that we put up in the room. We also found shelving at Leroy Merlin. And I think there's some hooks that we also found there. One of my favorite places to find decor items. Now, Sindi, I apologize in advance for the guys that installed your mattress. It wasn't my idea.
Go down, then outside. So I there from there to walk. So that's lucky. Yeah.
When she sees the footage. Let's not mention that she hates people laying and sitting on a bed.
Kali plastic daw. Send it to her the day.
No, I'm gonna show her when I put the video together.
So finally the bedroom is done. There's a lot of detail I can go into, and I think we will go into detail on the next video. I think what I will do is I'll do a little interview with Sindi, and we'll talk about where we sourced each item from, and so on. But it's looking beautiful. Yeah, I think for our next video I might have my first guest on here. I'll try and convince Sindi to come and talk about everything we put into this room, where we sourced it from, and where you can possibly get it if you're interested. Some of the info I can give you is that before we even started designing this room, Sindi had chosen this bedroom suite a few years ago, and it's always been her dream to have this particular bedroom suite in her room. So she made her dream come true, and she bought herself the bedroom suite of her dreams. When it comes to color, I think we started with the bedroom walls, where initially the contractor put the wrong color on, and it was very green. We asked him to lighten up the color a bit, which he did. Our very first item that we purchased was the carpet. It's a very colorful carpet. It's got in the sage greens. It's got a lot of neutral colors in, and that's what we used to decorate the rest of the room from that. Then the lamps we got from a place that we coincidentally found a lamp place not too far from where Sindi lives. It's a shop that specializes in lighting, fixtures, lampshades. So the one on the roof is from that shop, as well as the ones on the bedside cupboards. This beautiful cupboard over here, we drove all the way to, I think it was a Houghton in Johannesburg. A gentleman that buys old furniture, restores it, and then resells it. The stand lamp there is from the owners that previously lived here. They left it behind for Sindi. And then this chair we also drove all the way to Johannesburg to go and collect it. Very beautiful clawfoot as well. Somehow we ended up with a lot of clawfoot furniture, and it looks beautiful because it goes with the theme. Then there's a few things like the stool in the corner was hers. Here's another close look at the carpet, which helped us to choose everything else that's in the room. And then again, that beautiful curtains. That cupboard over there, the built-in cupboard, was actually a family friend who has his own business, and Simba done a superb job at the wardrobes. I'm sad that I didn't take more pictures of it, but he did an excellent job with that built-in cupboard. And then everything else, decor-wise, the small pieces. A shop that stands out is Ons Winkel, that sells second-hand items. We find quite a lot from there. We got a lot from Mr. Price Home. We got a lot from Continental Linen. Just shopping various shops and putting it together, and that's the beautiful result we ended up with. So that is the first of many renovations that I am helping with, or that I'll be doing on this channel. I hope you enjoyed watching the transformation. And to Sindi, I want to say thank you for the wonderful opportunity that you've given me. It has always been my dream to give ideas and help renovate and make beautiful a space. That is not mine. Thank you for trusting me with it, and I hope you will have many wonderful years in this bedroom, you and little Coco. God bless and goodbye.